Hey everybody, what's going on? Spastic Toaster back here with SmartMadden.com, bringing you guys what I believe is one of the most dominant running schemes in Madden NFL 17. So we're currently in the strong tight formation. This formation can be found in the Ravens playbook and the Dolphins playbook. It may be found in others, but I'm not sure. But I do know for sure it's found in Baltimore and Miami. So currently we're the Dolphins. We're in the Dolphins playbook. So strong tight formation. Now for this scheme, I call it a running scheme because there's three running plays I like to use. The first one being the halfback stretch, which we see on top. The second one being the counter weak, which you see here on the bottom, and the last one being the halfback dive. Now when you run this scheme, you want to come out in counter weak every time. And the reason behind that is, see, right now we're in counter weak because we came out in counter weak. And the two audibles in this formation are halfback dive and halfback stretch. So we have our counter weak to the left right away. Also, we could go up the middle with halfback dive, and then we could go to the right with halfback stretch. And then beyond that, if you really just like one run over the others, you can just use your right stick and flip any of the three runs. So we could run the counter to the right if we want to, run the counter to the left, we could audible to the halfback dive, run to the right, or we could run to the left. And once again, you do that by just flicking the right stick to the opposite side, and it'll switch the run for you. And then lastly, halfback stretch, we can do it to the right, or we can do it to the left. So what you want to do, you're gonna want to get familiar with the runs, learn what's effective against what formations, and just what kind of defenses. I mean, you're not going to go 100% of the time because people can be slanting at weird angles and stuff, but just kind of get a feel for what the defense reacts to your runs, or how they react to your runs. So we're just going to the counter here a couple times, and we'll go over the dive, and then we'll move on to the stretch. So as you can see here, I mean, you're not going to get 50 yards every time you run the ball, but that's an easy 5 to 10 yards on the first counter. Running again here, as you can see, almost get the edge, but aren't able to, but still. Running again here, we can cut it up inside or not. See, that time we got blown up, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's going to happen sometimes. People missed blocks, but it's going to happen. So once again here, that's an easy 5 yards. If you run the ball and get 5 yards every run, you're not going to lose a game ever. So once again, run the counter. That's another 8 yards. Now we'll go over the halfback dive. Just pound it up the middle. Halfback dive, definitely the least effective of the runs, but it can be effective in certain situations. So, I mean, keep it at your disposal. Don't go entirely away from it, because there's a chance it can help you pick up yards depending on what defense your opponent's in. So we'll run the halfback dive here a couple more times. One other thing I want to mention. Right now you can see on the screen, Madden 17 this year has the green and red box to either side. And what that box means is that you have the blocking advantage. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the better side to run to. Because if you flip the play, it's possible that the opposite box will turn green. So, actually, we'll see if it happens here. So right now, the left side is green, but if we flip the run to the right side is now green. So basically, all the green box tells you is that you have a blocking advantage. And I think people confuse this. It doesn't mean that you have a numbers advantage, because if we see on the field right now, the left side, there are, on the left side of the center, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 guys, right? Yeah, 6. I know how to count, guys. I got it. 6 guys on the left, and there's 5 guys on the right side of the center. That was tough math. But basically, we could run to this side, have the blocking advantage with 6 guys, or we could run to the right and have a blocking advantage with 5 guys. So, in that instance, you want to go to the right, still get block shedded immediately, but I mean, that's going to happen sometimes. But that's just one thing I wanted to point out as well, because I think that's something that people confuse occasionally. So the green box doesn't always mean you want to run to that side, but it means, you will have an effective run if you run to that side. So once again, apparently my party chat disconnected there. We'll go halfback stretch a couple more times as we haven't done it very much. As you can see, great blocking. It's important that you have a good fullback, so if you're an ultimate team, make sure you have a decent fullback or just a good blocker. It doesn't have to be the greatest fullback in the game, but just someone that can block really well. Then additionally, there is a fullback dive in this formation if you want to use that, so you can throw that in as well if you want to. Passing on this formation, I don't really like to do it a lot, but I do occasionally run PA tight end cross. But like I said, this formation primarily running, and it's really good for running. Here they're in goal line, so instant touchdown, which is fine. I don't know why the CPU is doing goal line at the 30-yard line, but it's whatever. So we'll do each more run one more time here, just to kind of show you guys. I mean, there's really not a lot to it. It's just running the ball, picking up your yards, waiting for blocks, especially when there's pulling guards like this counter. Just make sure your blocks get in front of you. You don't have to turbo right away. Get through the gap and then hold the right trigger to turbo through the gap. So as you can see here, we get blown up immediately. Run the halfback dive 2 more times, the stretch 2 more times, and I think that'll do it. So again, halfback dive, right up the middle. See, if I wouldn't have ran with the lineman there, which I shouldn't have, we had a hole, I just didn't hit it. Could have been a ton of yards. Run the halfback dive again here, go right up the middle, get the blocks, an easy 5 yards. And I'll do the stretch a couple more times. So once again, you can audible the stretch if you like the right side. wait for the blocks, cut inside, easy 10 yards. Do it one last time here. Halfback stretch, wait for the blocks. The receiver on the outside held the block really well there. That's one other thing you can kind of focus on if you want to. You know, have a good blocking receiver on that right side, but it's not necessary. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I just want to show you guys, you know, a really good running scheme. If you like to run the ball a lot, this is definitely for you. I think it's one of the best running schemes in Madden 17. If you disagree with me, I mean, I understand that there may be other runs that you think are better, and there may be. I don't know, but in my opinion, this is the best running scheme. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.